And we are live, in case you missed that at home. This is Jill Braverman commentating with the one and only Rob Cassidy. And we've got some stars on the court tonight. Firefight already, Rob. I'd expect nothing less.
Yeah. Hey, Jill, we got the all the ballers here. We got the Ranchers versus ATX Pickleballers. And we got an action-packed match here as the ladies kick us off in game one. Tough miss by Catherine Parenteau.
And we've got the ATX Pickleballers with 0 match wins, 3 losses, so you got to know this game means a lot to them.
Looking for that first dub, huh?
Yep, and the Pickle Ranchers with 2 wins and 1 loss.
And that's not a bad record here this weekend as they have their sights on the finals this Monday.
Exactly, Monday, 8 p.m. Central Standard.
Yana Grechkina and a cross-court battle with the one and only Lindsey Newman. Oh, this is nice. Oh, big two-handed forehand from Catherine. However, followed up with an out ball. Tough play.
2-0-1.
Thanks for joining us, folks. Welcome to the MLP. This is a game to 15, win by 1 format as these ladies duel it out. Huge counterpunch from Yana. 2-0-2 as the Ranchers lead. That serve is out for a side out. Yana Grechkina to serve to the mother of the mother-daughter duo, Leigh Waters.
Uncharacteristic miss by Lindsey Newman. I'd love to get one of those when I play against Lindsey. I don't think I do you?
Far and few between. However, the dink volley itself is a difficult shot, one that deserves to be practiced at home. Dink battle here. Yana carves it out. Parenteau gets involved. Oh! And a tough dink into the... Oh! And a zero apologetic giving of the ball from Newman to Grechkina. Moving on. Big swings. All two-handed here on center court. Looks for the reset. Just short into the white tape. Wow, here we go. As, like we mentioned, they really do want that dub. 3-2-1 here in game one of our match. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Jill Braverman, Rob Cassidy. Oh, Leigh Waters. But how? Nice fire here as this continues to get more and more intense with every point. Jill, you know a thing or two about intensity.
Every now and then. So, Rob, we've seen a ton of firefighting early on, which kind of surprises me with this foursome. What would be your strategy going in, and does that surprise you as much as it's surprising me?
Well, it's always a good strategy to be ready for the drive or the bang or the fastball, what have you. You know, you always look to control the point, but you know, it's been lower degrees than expected, lower temperatures than you'd expect here in Texas. The ball's going to be a little harder, which gives the advantage to the speed up as the max velocity of the ball is higher than it would normally be. So the drive is a good way to go here in this environment.
Yeah. Speed up after speed up, and it seems to be working.
6-2-2.
We got 4 powerhouses here, all with an extensive tennis background. Yana Grechkina, one of our newcomers to the game. Oh, look at this. Oh, the oppressive fire. Quite the dynamic duo. And, you know, with this type of output, it's almost surprising that they've yet to have a match here at the MLP this week.
Yet to have a win, yep.
Looks like we got a timeout called by Team Ranchers. I think we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Major League Pickleball.
Greatness doesn't just come from anywhere. It's built over time, match to match. Duper is counting every match. It's measuring the moments and building greatness within the entire pickleball community. Working in conjunction with amateur and pro players will make Duper the go-to pickleball rating system. From rec play to tournaments, it's time to make every match count.
Go again, until you strike just right, until the ball sings, until the other guy blinks, until the court's clear, and the sun sets, until you see it in your sleep, and wake up swinging. Go again, till you can't miss, until you can't lose. Go again, and again.
Greatness doesn't just come from anywhere. It's built over time.
And we're back after the timeout, 7-2-2.
Time's in. 7-2-2.
Catherine Parenteau, so agile. Oh, Yana gets low, but it's not enough to execute that dink she was looking for. Side out, and a good timeout from Team Ranchers.
Great timeout.
2-7-1.
Such a good third, such a good follow-up. Oh, and a tough missed dink from Lindsey Newman.
Very, very uncharacteristic, Rob.
2-7-2.
Christmas has come early for Yana and Catherine.
Woo!
So this is one matchup, Rob, that actually hasn't seen competition together before. Leigh, Lindsey, Catherine, and Yana, where I feel like so many other matchups have actually played together before.
Witnessed before, right.
Dekel and Adam, even Catherine and Tyler a little bit.
Second serve.
And I think that makes it a little bit more interesting, don't you?
Absolutely. That's one of the great attributes of the MLP. It's providing us these dynamic and unique matchups. And, you know, we get to showcase new incredible players such as Yana, Grechkina, and we get to see wonderful dynamics as, you know, Leigh Waters is usually the mother counter end of the mother-daughter duo. Interestingly enough, we have a mother and mother duo here as Lindsey Newman has a couple of new kiddos of her own, and we're very happy for her in that regard, and it's great to see her able to compete.
2-7-2.
We don't see it as much because she's committed to the family, but it's always good to see Lindsey Newman at these events. Oh, forced to play that in ball. Oh, and off the foot of Leigh.
No, I did not. Byron, did you say it?
Lee's calling it in. She conceded the point there. Don't see it too often, but what you do see often in this game is good sportsmanship, which is another example right there.
That's side out. Yep. All right. 7-2-1.
Wow, same score since that timeout we've had, which feels like a decade ago. Catherine gets low to counter that smash. They take the net as a team. Yana tries to firefight her way out of this situation. Great reset. Oh, so low. Oh, the drive and the counter punch, and experience prevails as that initiate from Yana was certainly ill-advised.
7-2-2.
7-2-2 here.
Scoreless since the timeout taken by Leigh and Lindsey moments ago. Overhead, not as strong as she wanted it to be. The point continues. It's up, and the bounce is deep.
Big
for the side switch.
celebration there for the side switch. You can tell how pumped up and how much it means to Yana and Catherine to try and secure this win. We're going to go ahead and go to a quick commercial break. Be back momentarily. Stick around. It's getting exciting.
Hey, let me have one of those. Wrench rider. That's pretty good.
Imagine a world where being carbon neutral is as simple as swiping the right credit card. Introducing Carbon Zero, the only credit card that automatically calculates, offsets, and tracks your carbon footprint as you spend. With Carbon Zero, how you make purchases today is exactly how you protect tomorrow. Sign up for the Carbon Zero credit card and swipe your carbon footprint goodbye.
Time's in.
And we're back. 8-2-2 for Yana Grechkina and Catherine Parenteau.
Side out.
And Lindsey Newman sees that ball out from a mile away. Honestly, one of the best eyes in the game in terms of out balls. Would you agree, Jill?
Unfortunately. For both you and me.
Oh, she's got the best eye in the game, and she's one of the best at communicating it to her partner.
Yeah.
Here we go. Some dynamic dinking. Fast-paced game here. Out of the air. Oh, a missed opportunity from Yana.
Definitely the right call to try and speed that up.
3-8-1.
3-8-1 on the serve of Leigh.
Point.
Another point. Stringing them together. Climbing that ladder slowly but surely. And let's not forget, viewers at home, Leigh Waters, one half of the women's doubles national champs, reigning champs. And if that's not a testament to an incredible player, I literally do not know what is. That ball, oh, and it's getting called out. Yeah, I love that they're pointing at us as if we have any jurisdiction in this neighborhood. However, we must keep our poker face and give zero insights. They're going to overturn themselves and call it in as they were unsure. It is pickleball culture, as Jill and I know, that when we have doubt, we must concede that it's in. And we do believe over here that it was in, and they made the good call. So here we go. Oh, sends her wide. Leigh fired up and misses it deep.
Again, I'm putting my finger out as though I'm the referee here, but
I thought you were just checking the wind. You had the finger
wind.
just checking the wind, seeing how much wind there was.
But we all seem to be in agreement with the calls. Wow, what a nice move by Catherine.
Ooh.
I don't know if I would have done anything differently there. I like the speed up. I like everything. Lindsey was ready for it.
Yeah, Lindsey was there for the counter punch. Perhaps a little more patience, waiting for perhaps a bigger opportunity. Easier said than done.
Always.
Ooh, nice dish off from Lindsey. Followed up with the dink volley. The lob. Overhead. Saved. And reset. Forehand from Leigh. Cross-court battle between the ladies here. Ooh. Oh! And Lindsey Newman, the reset queen, unable to reset that attack from Yana Grechkina.
8-6-1.
2-point game here as it was 8-2 just moments ago. Serve is out. Second serve. Goodness gracious.
We blinked and 5 points went by.
Yeah, I mean, I can't get by without a nail biter at all today. It's just ridiculous.
All the matches I call go to singles, so I just need you to be mentally prepared for that,
Good to know,
Rob.
Jill. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that heads up. Can always root for more pickleball. Nice dink battle here.
Dink battle against Lindsey Newman is ill-advised.
Forces an awkward backhanded overhead. Looking to resettle here. Parenteau continuing to dictate. Great movement. Yana follows suit. Lindsey Newman steady as ever off the net. ATP, it's not there. The ball is out.
Wow, for that ball to be out.
You can't write this stuff. Pickleball writes itself. Those are great points. Just world-class pickleball, the highest of quality. Thanks for joining us, guys. Joe Braverman, Rob Cassidy here at Major League Pickleball, Day 2. Hop, skip, and a jump.
Are you sure it's only day 2? It feels like day 6.
It's week 9. I think it's week 9. Oh, Lindsey with a great put on that dink, just sending it nice and deep. Yana thought she had an opportunity there.
Little impatient. I could see how those yellow balls just look so darn juicy, especially during dinner time.
Side out.
Side out here from 7-2
6-10-1.
to 6-10, is it?
Leigh's husband telling us 7-10. Thank you.
Point. Seven,
7-10-1.
Third shot drop. Fifth shot follow-up.
You know, Anna Leigh, obviously such an incredible player and getting better every single day. You know, we forget that, like you said earlier, half of that team is Leigh Waters, and she is so darn good in her own right.
And, you know, all the credit to Anna Leigh, you know, the 14-year-old phenom. But, you know, there's still an argument for both of those players on who's the better player. And quite honestly, that's the type of discussion that I care not to have because there's just such a great team together. Who cares? They're one unit in themselves.
Well, when you share that many chromosomes, you're basically one unit.
Yes,
let's be realistic.
they are great. They are something special in the game of pickleball. Those national champs. Parenteau, Yana looking to put it to the test. Lindsey Newman, a couple national medals of her own, serving.
8-10-2.
8-10-2. Oh, great reset. The lob. Off the bounce. Beautiful reset from Parenteau. They look to take the net.
Surprisingly let them back in right there.
They do. Oh!
Little miscommunication between Grechkina and Parenteau, but it ends up paying off for them. Who would have thought?
Yeah, little clash of the paddles. Sends the ball a little high, and Leigh just too juicy for her.
Too juicy.
And misses that opportunity to take the point. Here we are in another battle.
Second serve.
Tough miss, little wide from Yana. Point on the board. Second serve, rather.
10-8-2.
10-8-2, as we say in unison.
Oh,
Stop
my
reading my mind,
goodness.
Rob. Get out of my mind. Come on.
Look at that.
I love seeing Yana swinging from anywhere between no man's land and 2 feet behind the kitchen. Gosh, she is so darn good when she swings at that ball.
Just athletic instincts at its finest, you know, taking those shots. It's so good to see that enter the game of pickleball. You know, she's not out there guessing.
Yeah.
She's not out there second-guessing herself. She's out there getting the job done.
It's a nice blend of the tennis that she just so recently played in college, right? She's, only 23, 24 years old?
Yeah, yep.
Plus the knowledge she's accrued from playing professional pickleball for a short time, but so darn good.
And the support she gets from her significant other, Ben.
Ben Johns? No, I'm just kidding.
Nope, not that Ben. This Ben's a little more left-handed.
Ah.
Oh, that's
Beautiful
good intensity.
backhand flick by Catherine to set all of that up.
Another, great takeaway for the viewers at home as, the composure they have during the points
12-8-2.
combined with that intensity that you can see when the point concludes. That's what it takes to compete at the top level. Oh, the huge swing.
That's
Counter
what we were
that.
just talking about earlier. Yep.
The
Momentum is a real thing. Little momentum goes a long way.
the
We see that
ATX
here.
Pickleballers are certainly hungry for their first win here. And these ladies are showing up on day 2. Major League Pickleball event here at the Dreamland facility. Dynamic dinking here, out of the air. Huge play. Parenteau does what she does best, putting that ball away.
And that's just a little flick, you know, precision over power.
14-8-2.
Absolutely.
Let's have some t-shirts made later.
Oh, I'd love it.
Okay.
Yes, I want that shirt bad.
All right.
Ooh, Leigh gets bowled. Yana with the counter. Follow up from Parenteau with the hustle for game point. And that puts the ATX Ballers up 1-0 in this match, taking the women's event.
I think they wanted to win that, Rob. Do you think they?
Yeah.
Do you think they were excited
Yes,
when they just won that?
Yeah, desire is a big part of the equation. High fives all around from the
Yeah.
ATX Pickleballers as they plan out their moving forwardness. Got the boys, the men's doubles coming up. Patrick Smith and Tyler Loong versus Riley Newman and Andrei Daescu. Coming up here in just a moment, MLP Day 2. Thanks for tuning in.
Go again until you strike just right. Until the ball sings. Until the other guy blinks. Until the court's clear and the sun sets. Until you see it in your sleep and wake up swinging. Go again. Till you can't miss. Until you can't lose. Go again and again.
I tell you what.
What?
What?
Recover and play the all-natural way.
And we are live coming at you with the second game after Yana Grechkina and Parenteau easily handled Leigh Waters and Lindsey Newman. And they are hungry. The ATX Pickleball Ranchers are hungry for their first victory of Major League Pickleball. And now we have the men starting shortly. The team of Pat Smith and Tyler Loong versus Riley Newman and Andrei Daescu. Here we go. I'm Jill Braverman in the booth with Rob Cassidy. Let's have some fun.
Let's go.
All right, guys.
Men's doubles, MLP, Day 2. Thanks for joining us. Ranchers versus the ATX Ballers. Here we go. Ooh, Daescu with the drive. Oh, expect a fast-paced game. Here we go. Loong, followed up by Smith. Tyler Loong, one of the youthful veterans of the game, the very few of them, and he's certainly one of them, one of the great lefties.
You mean one of two, you and him?
Well, there's more than two. There's more. I think there's about 3 or 4 of us. Humbly, but it's no doubt.
It's an exclusive club.
It's a very exclusive club, and Tyler Loong is class president. Ooh, the drive from Riley. So good.
So you've played against Riley. How tricky is it when you're trying to watch someone with 2 hands on the paddle? Does that make a difference?
It's unique. You know, you have to have a unique eye to kind of stay on top of it. And I will say it's one of the best initiates in the game, in my opinion. I think one of his off-the-bounce attacks is one of the best. Here we are in a firefight. Daescu, Newman coming out on top. Got the team of reach over here. I'm sure if you combine them, they clock in at over 14 feet between the two of them.
I was going to say 114, yeah, but
yeah,
14 works too.
Yeah.
0-0-2.
Ooh, tough ball way out. Pat Smith, normally the counterpart in men's doubles to Jay Duvier, one of the most well-established men's doubles teams in the game. And the MLP provides some adversity as he's playing alongside Tyler Loong here in this event, and they will be all week.
Yep, and they are hungry for their first team win of the week so far. Hopefully they can secure that tonight.
And Daescu, Newman in contention for that final, looking to keep it going.
With only 1 loss to their name.
Flick off the net. Not much Daescu can do with that one. Going to have to move on to the next point.
1-1-1.
And that ball just drops.
A firefight, yeah.
Confirmed by ref Vicky. Wow, that was close.
You could see it in their souls that they wanted to call that ball out. However, in a little mixed match down the sideline.
Returns the favor with his own liner. That's called karma.
Riley Newman, the great manipulator of karma. And here we are, little cross-court battle between the males. Oh, yeah, and that's the type of killer instinct it's going to take on those putaways to end the point against players like Andrei Daescu and Riley Newman.
I don't think we've seen more than a 4-dink rally so far.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
In my unstatistical analysis, which is, yes, a word, or maybe not.
Well, boys will be boys. And we got a cold ball this night as the sun has set. And the drive is rewarded as this is going to be a faster pickleball than normal.
Here we go. All right, we're dinking. Oh, we played a little pickleball there.
That's it. Multiple weapons here, this men's doubles match.
1-3-1.
Loving the focus from Andrei Daescu and Riley Newman that we've seen all day. It's something you've grown to expect, and something it takes to compete at this level for sure. Jill, you're a top women's player in the game. What, if I could ask you or tap into your skill set, what words of wisdom do you have for the viewers at home in terms of focus?
Gosh, I think it's just so important to trust yourself. They say you perform 20% better, 20% worse under pressure. So just to find that calm in the chaos is so, so critical. And to be positive and supportive of your partner, there's nothing more important. And I'm sure you would agree with that. It's easy to be negative.
Absolutely.
And it's also very unhelpful.
Yeah, not very productive as well. I 100% agree.
And that's what I love seeing at Major League Pickleball is just how supportive everyone is of each other. All these new matchups, all these new pairings Are you seeing the same thing?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's the desire to win. So anything functional, they're going to use it, you know, and the fun part about being positive and having fun is that it's functional. So, you know, that reinforces itself.
So that's going to be our second T-shirt. Fun and functional, brought to you by Rob and Jillian.
Oh, huge play. Back for the Ernie.
Wow.
That ball's going to be out. Nice. As both teams search for that calm amongst the chaos, as Jill Braverman so eloquently put it. Here we are, guys. 1-point game, 4-3-2.
Side out.
A rare mistake. Serve into the net by Andrei.
It's a little more on the chaos side than the calm side. Side out. Pat Smith
3-4-1.
looking to settle in.
I keep waiting for the day he rolls up both sleeves. I'm terrified of what that would look like.
Oh, yeah. Huge Ernie. Unstoppable, if you will. Byron, however, is seeking to call the foot fault on Patrick Smith. And that's, as the challenges is such a new thing, it's not in my jurisdiction to speak if that's even something that's challengeable. I would say no.
I think they're asking for that video challenge. You're
I think that,
clairvoyant.
you know, they're wondering as well.
No.
I don't believe.
3-4-2.
Okay, they're either can't go for it or they're electing not to go for it.
Yeah, and similar to baseball, there's certain things you can, and football, there's certain things you can and can't challenge.
Point.
Yeah, you're correct. It doesn't look like you can challenge a foot fault.
4-4-2.
Byron Fresso on top of things, keeping our players in check. Tie game, 4-4. There's that Loong backhand and that Newman reset. Wow. Clash of wills here at the kitchen line.
5-4-2.
Third shot drop. Follows it up with some patience. Decides to attack and comes out on top. Well played by the Tyler Loong. Forces Newman to call a quick timeout. A little bit of a frustrated roar. Daescu follows.
We're going to take a quick commercial break during this timeout. See you soon. Don't go anywhere. Game's getting tight.
With you in mind. We saw insurance companies wasting your time and money with high premiums, crazy deductibles, and wasteful overhead. So, we're cutting the cord on the old ways and treating your money like it's actually yours. We reimagined healthcare that's simplified, with amazing pricing and fast communication, all at your fingertips. We solve restrictive networks keeping you from care you need. So with us, you can see any doctor you want. Whether you're paying too much or don't have any coverage at all, in under 5 minutes, get your healthcare freedom back without breaking the bank. You deserve quality healthcare that is simplified and affordable and gives you peace of mind. Join Crowd Health today.
Hello, Pickle friends.
It's time for a different...
Rob Cassidy here in the booth, and we are back 6-4-2. Tyler Loong and Pat Smith.
A quick timeout as all four players were ready far sooner than the 60 seconds allotted. Back to the action here. Oh, no. Loong backhand flick. The net, the victor on that one. Side out, and a good timeout by Daescu and Newman putting that ball back in their hands. Third shot drive handled. Fifth shot drop. They take the net. Oh, little bump. They recover. Swings it, Pat. Newman cleans it up.
Point.
Wow, some reflexes there.
And, you know, I'm not saying I'm a fan or anything, but Riley Newman's one of the best at the game of cleaning it up.
Don't blink, you'll miss it.
Wow, Smith with the challenge again. And that ball's out.
With a little flourish by Tyler Loong.
Serve. 5-6-2.
Tyler Loong and Pat Smith looking driven here in this game 2. The men's portion of this event, this MLP day 2 event. Ooh, Newman in full control of the dinking here. Looking very comfortable. Certainly being avoided by the field. Loong looks for the slice. Forced to continue with the patience. Newman with the touch.
It's so easy to want to go for that middle, forgetting that Tyler Loong is sitting there with a forehand and he's left-handed.
Absolutely. You know, Loong is one of the more deceiving. He has one of those deceiving reaches, and he will bait you into those situations. It's great to see, you know, Riley Newman versus Tyler Loong here at the kitchen line on center court.
Patrick Smith looking down at his paddle,
6-5-2.
asking it why it just missed the shot.
Oh, and a huge red Ernie from Pat Smith. Love the roar.
He says, Byron, look at those feet.
Oh, yeah. yeah. He didn't give any eye contact towards Byron, but left no doubt that it was a clean Ernie.
Clean Ernie.
Speaking of Ernies, we haven't seen much Ernies from Tyler Loong. Perhaps a nice point there. Perhaps on the doing of Andrei and Riley to keep it away from the Ernie.
I think he's got at least 4 or 5 berths left in him for the night.
For the match or for the night? Oh, I believe you 100%. But it is quite an anomaly to see Loong at this point with 0 Ernies. I mean, in a game to 15, we might be up to 5 at this point.
All right. So, Rob, you've obviously played with all the gentlemen on this court. What is your strategy right now, based on let's say you're Tyler and Pat? What is the strategy?
Oh, keep it going. Leave it up. They have cranked it up. Their energy is perfect. Leave it there. That's where they need to be, and just keep it going. You know, a lot of people can ride the roller coaster and get a little too high and end up a little low, but they're in a great place right now. They need to maintain it, and their mix of dinking along with their timed pressure.
Yep.
That's going to give them the match if they continue to keep it up. So.
Time's in.
As far as Newman and Daescu, adjustments to be made is they really need to settle in and give Loong and Pat nothing.
Yep, it's 8-5-2, Loong and Smith.
Little lucky for Daescu Newman there. That initiate by Daescu, he pulled it off on that one, but as far as adjustments go, that's I don't think that's what's going to win them the match. One on the point, one on the battle, but perhaps might not win them the war.
And there was the Ernie you were just talking about, saying we haven't seen many of those.
First Loong Ernie of the
Looney.
First Looney. Learny.
Learny.
I better learning how to speak. First Tyler Loong Ernie of the match, and it's unreturnable as it's perfectly over the net. However, as we know, Daescu, Newman, great contenders. They're not going anywhere.
Yep, 6-8-2.
2-point game. Tight. Wow, Newman with a perfect counterpunch.
Perfect anticipation by Riley there.
7-8-2.
I love Tyler saying, hey, do this one, and he gives the sign for stay. So that's a big fake. And I always say to my future pros that I teach, always fake. Don't ever stay. Don't ever stay just not moving. Move a little bit to confuse your opponents.
Make your opponents think. I like that. Future pros, huh? You're teaching future pros, Jill? I like that. I like the sound of that.
For the future pros at home watching.
Nice. Absolutely. Wow. Great eye. Great layoff.
Side out.
And again, there it is. They're looking to keep that flame lit. I mean, that side switch. Don't let it get in the way. You got to keep that train going. For all you future pros out there listening in, Jill Braverman's got your back. And I'll say Rob Cassie's got your back, too. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Let's go. Got the forehand righty versus the backhand of the lefty here.
I don't know, a dink battle with Tyler Loong, ill-advised.
Second serve.
And Smith with the air pushing the second serve. He can't possibly be happy with himself on that one. There was no reason for him to miss that.
That's the shake and bake. No cookies came out of that one, though.
7-8-1.
1 point game, 7-8-1. Loong and Smith scoreless since the side switch. And Riley with the counter punch. While that winner was off the paddle of Smith, it was perhaps at the fault of Loong for that attack.
And we have a tied game.
Oh, yeah, the unreturnable overhead from Tyler Loong. Check that ball.
And that is not an advised strategy for those of us watching at home. You know, I always say when you're at the net and you've got your opponent's back, just make them play, make them play, make them play. But if you're Tyler Loong, go for that corner.
Oh, the Dink Ernie. That's his second one of the match, and Newman into the net. Looking for a little much, and I like that. You know, Loong with those looks and those Ernies really forces Riley to play perfect, and that's where those errors are going to come in.
Tyler does such a good job of is being able to pull off of that Ernie and just really subtly get it barely over the net.
Definitely. Definitely. Here we go. Oh, jeez.
That's the second one of those almost in a row for Pat.
A little hesitant, you know, a little babied on it. You know, regardless of your decision, it's always good to commit, you know, and execute the shot
and be
accordingly.
A little high versus in the net.
Side out.
Smith's getting a little bit of a head fog here as he's kind of swinging blind. He's going to need to cut that out as these games to 15 are shorter than you think.
I think this is a good time for a timeout for them, to be honest.
Perhaps. Oh, Newman.
Newman was practicing the much usually advised duck.
Yeah.
Duck and cover.
Looking for that ball to go out. Little help from the net. Ball stays in. Second serve.
Side out.
And here we go. Ball back in the hands of Team ATX Pickleballers.
That ball just out. Great eye from Pat Smith. Great setup.
Point on the board finally off of the 8. Third shot drive is deep. And, you know, that's an example of putting all your eggs in one basket. That's no way to disrespect your serve possession.
9-8-2.
Second serve, 9-8-2. Goes for it again. This time, Loong cleans up. Smith with the Ernie.
Side out.
Little big. That's some big plays, but it's a little too big. And
wow.
What we refer to as an unforced error occurred.
Well, this is not a slow match, to say the least.
Whoa.
Point.
Ball is deep, and that's going to be exactly not what they need to win this game.
Rob, do we have 9-all?
Oh, my goodness, and Loong lets the ball go to stay in. Yes, we did. We used to.
Now about 10-9.
And Team Ranchers takes the lead. And who knows, as we enter double digits in this game to 15, how this one will conclude.
And if they win this, they'll be up 2-0.
Second serve.
Tyler says, show me. Pat says, let's switch. And there they go.
Another let ball stays in.
Precision over power.
Yep. Amen.
You can pre-order your t-shirts now at robinjill.com.
Yep. robinjill.com/we-got-your-back. Literally.
Literally. And front.
//. Oh, man. Timeout here is...
the timeout. I think a couple points too late, to be honest.
It's about time. As they take a timeout, we'll look to take a quick break here. Thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks for tuning in here at day 2 of the MLP event. We'll be right back.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game, because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
$12.92.
And that's what we call a good timeout. Following up, getting that side out, ball back in your hands. Let's see what they can do with it. 9-12-1. Loong opts for the drop, sets himself up, but Daescu gets it back.
All credit to Andrei there. Amazing get.
And this is just game 2, Jill. We got the whole match ahead of us. We got a couple mix events and perhaps a singles tiebreaker. Patrick Smith off the 9 onto the 10.
And just puts that on the perfect place, Riley's right shoulder.
Ooh. Side out. And here we are. And the concluding points here of game 2, 12-10-1.
All right, earlier I asked you, I said, okay, you're Pat and Tyler, what would you do? You said, just keep going, it's working. So
yeah, and
what
you
now?
know,
Down.
I said, keep the flame lit, keep that energy up, and it feels like, Patrick Smith did a little bit of, burning the wick at both ends, and, a little bit of a malfunction. Ernie into the put away, however. We need to keep the flame lit nonetheless. Can't
on one end.
Yeah.
Don't burn that candle at both ends.
Metaphorically speaking. Preferably one end of it and keep it lit.
Yep.
Don't want to burn the house down, however, want to stay warm, nice and cozy.
Exactly,
Make sure the room's
Yes.
lit perfectly. This is some good patience here. That's good composure from Pat. That's what we're going to need to take the match.
Couldn't agree more.
Newman getting involved slightly, ever so slightly. Forehand to Newman.
This might be our longest point.
Loong is dictating out of the air. Good patience. Daescu keeps the ball down. That's a little high. Loong forced to play the bounce. Out of the air again. Good patience. Here we are, guys. The match. And one rally goes for the Ernie. Off the net. He aims for him. It's out. Smith touched the net. And that's going to be a fault. Unfortunately, a unexecuted Ernie attempt, fault, and point. 14-10-2, game point here. Win by 1. Riley concedes the point, side out.
Tyler says, come on right now. He knows it's now or never.
No, it's not over yet. It's not over yet, Jill. Goes for the drop, it's good. Makes it to the net, follows it up, and that ball is out. Pat Smith can't seem to keep the power level under control. It's developing that could potentially cost them game. Will it cost them match? Time will tell. Two serves to defend here on game point. Ball in the hands of Andrei Daescu. Newman with the drop. Loong forced to be patient. Oh, and missed. Perhaps the Ernie look had something to do with it.
I'm pretty sure Riley thought Tyler was going to speed that ball up.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Took such good self-control not to.
Riley goes for the attack, follows it up with the drop. Looks to poach. Loong looks to put it away. Recovered by Daescu. It's up, it's high. Oh! So good the lob to prevent the Ernie attempt, but Pat Smith is all over it to get the extremely critical side out. Tyler Loong serving 10-14-1. The drop. feeling so chipper.
Precision over power.
He's just got such such court awareness.
It's a trending hashtag I heard on Twitter.
Yeah, good. Yes. Precision over power, indeed. Second serve. Oh.
Gosh, I just love that Riley Newman stop sign. Puts that
Oh,
right
yeah.
hand
Yes.
right in front of his
Yes.
face and says, "Come at me."
The wheels are spinning as they got no points there. Game point yet again. Here we go. Off the net. And that's going to do it. Game 2 in the books. Going to the Ranchers, Daescu and Riley Newman. Game score 1-1 here in this match of day 2 of the MLP. More games to come as this match is far from over. Jill.
I need a beta blocker.
I need an ibuprofen.
Okay. We're gonna take a quick commercial break and be right back, hopefully in better shape.
Yes, thanks for joining us, guys. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, Pickle Bar here. I'm very excited to co-host the Mesa Open APP. Come join us for an awesome tournament at an amazing venue. See you there.
Hey everyone, it's Vivian David. I'm just here to say how excited I am for the APP Mesa Open that will be happening in January of 2022.
The ProXR Pickleball Paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. ProXR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. ProXR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
Welcome back, Pickle friends and family. We have a tied game between the ATX Pickleballers and the Pickle Ranchers. The first women's match saw Parenteau and Yana Grechkina winning against Leigh Waters and Lindsey Newman, and then an exciting nail biter of a men's match against Riley Newman, Andrei Daescu, who beat Pat Smith and Tyler Loong. So the match is tied 1-1. I'm Jill Braverman, joined in the booth by the one and only Rob Cassidy. Rob, what do you make of this lineup, the brother-sister duo versus Tyler Loong and Parenteau?
Oh, heck yeah. I'm looking forward to this match very much so. This is one of those fortunate, rare events in the MLP where we have two established teams playing against each other. Parenteau and Tyler Loong have played a handful of tournaments together before, very well versed with one another, and of course, the dynamic duo of Lindsey and Riley Newman. Lindsey taking that point down the sideline of Tyler Loong, off to a good start.
I heard the Newmans can read each other's minds.
Oh yeah, that's it. The whole family can.
That's just fact, right?
I mean, Thanksgiving they have all these conversations that nobody's even talking. They're all just laughing because they can read each other's minds. It's a sight to see.
Do you think we could get an invite? It's only in a couple weeks, right?
I hope
Fingers
so.
crossed.
Let's look into that, because that would be very fun. That would be eventful. Side out, Loong, 0-1. Short game to 15. Here we go. Look at that. Not so much of a cross-court dink. Riley Newman making that court very small for Catherine Parenteau.
0-1-2.
Drop from Loong.
Side
So we
out.
call it out.
A couple
And that ball
unforced
is out.
errors by Catherine and Tyler. Very uncharacteristic.
1-0-1.
The fun part about Tyler Loong's game, he's been playing this game for so long. He's got a very traditional style of play. I mean, even with how dynamic his game is, it's a traditional game in itself.
A great shot by Catherine there. Catches the back corner.
1-0-2. Side out.
And Parenteau, one of those,
Good at everything.
She's been part of the game longer than you might think, but she's one of those few players who have really exploded this year in terms of improvement, and it's great to see. It's great to see. Correct me if I'm wrong. U.S. Open champion with Callie Smith. That's a lot.
Well, when you win that many tournaments, Rob, it's hard for me to keep track of all of them.
Yeah.
I'll have to check my dossier on
Yes.
Catherine, but that sounds right.
Yes.
I'm gonna give you that.
Yes. And there's more to come, more greatness to come from Catherine Parenteau as she's just beginning to come into herself as a top female player in the game.
Second serve.
And again, if you're just joining us, the game score is 1-1 between these teams.
Loong defends the sideline enough to win the point there.
2-1-2.
2-5-2.
Wow.
Go.
Side out.
Forced to play it, side out.
Play that one.
Ball went wide. We got a shift in the ball here, as these are professionals that will most certainly play very, very little role in these four players here. Loong getting thin to stay out of the way. Ball's called out. Second serve.
Catherine ended up hitting that ball a little too high, but then recovered. I always say it's not a mistake if you make up for it right away.
Nice. Oh, that's going to be big. Yeah, and you see that. Riley Newman, the first one on his case, unacceptable as far as his standards are.
And you can see how frustrated the pros get when they hit a third shot into the net. It's really fascinating to watch how high their thirds sail, almost head high. They're not scared of hitting that ball a little bit high because there's nothing worse than hitting in the net and not giving yourself an opportunity to play the point.
1-2-1.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Little skitter off the line there.
Tough play. Not an easy shot. Newman, he's so phenomenal in that he's so good at difficult shots. I mean, he makes them look easy when they're not. That shot was difficult in itself. We're reaching that pinnacle midpoint in this match where it's make or break on who's going to take the lead here, as it's one game apiece. Parenteau, like a pro. So good out of the air, so comfortable. Newman getting so low, uses his reach so well. Loong out of nowhere ending that point extremely abruptly. You can see him from here right now telling his partner right now. Now's the time.
I heard they're going to make those left-handed shots illegal in 2022.
Yes, all left-handed shots will be illegal starting in 2022. It's a good move.
I think it's the right call.
They're too strong. They're too strong. Legal until January, though, so start playing left-handed while you can. Oh, nice dish out from Parenteau. Off the net. And Loong with the put away.
I just had my radar gun under the table, clocked that at like 207 miles an hour. Yeah.
Nice.
Again, that's why they're outlawing those left-handed shots.
Nice, yeah, as they should. As they should.
A little miscommunication there.
Oh, tough miss. You know, it's a lot of pickleball. It's been long days as these teams start at 8 a.m. this morning. You know, it's a lot of pickleball.
Yeah, and even though they're used to these very long days, this is very different because they'll have a morning session and then a night session. So there's a little bit, 5.5 to 7 hour gap between matches, and they're the pros. I mean, we're used to continuously playing, so it's very different.
7:40 p.m. here in Dripping Springs, Texas. These players are approaching the 10th hour of their day. Wow. Just.
Do you think Tyler's excited for that point? Let's go.
Superior volleys, comboed together. Loong, Parenteau. Textbook play, so comfortable, ready for the next one. Great. These four players, lovers of the game, committed, dedicated to the craft, and it shows here as this consistency is top-notch, which allows them to work the point, control the point, look for those opportunities. Loong decides to lay off that one. Parenteau gets low, but she misses it.
Yeah, let that ball get a little bit behind her.
Quite the perseverance from Team Newman.
6-4-2. Did I hear that correctly, Rob?
Yes.
Love how early Tyler takes that ball. It's like his paddle doesn't even have a backswing.
Right.
4-2-1.
Again, another example of that. No backswing. That paddle's just sitting in front of him, ready to strike like a tiger.
5-2-1.
5-2-1 here, guys. And no, you're exactly right, Jill. That absence of backswing allows him to be lightning fast. He's never late, and he's got his paddle out in front where it needs to be.
Reminds me of someone else I know, another lefty.
Althoff Merchant is extremely fast hands.
I met Rob Cassidy, but yes, Althoff also has some darn good hands. Catherine running around her backhand.
Nice. Parenteau's got Newman in a position where he was forced to block as opposed to counterpunch. Don't see that too often. Again, he opts for the reset.
Wow. Both Catherine and Tyler running around their backhands.
Parenteau dictating this dink battle really well. Loong proficient and looking to get involved. Great partner. Oh, the dink volley. Tougher than it looks. Ooh, that's way too high.
What do you think Lindsey was trying to do right
Not
there?
sure what she was going for on that one. That might have been a little bit of an indecisiveness. That's going to end the point real quick, as we just witnessed.
I get asked by future pros all the time, and watching Riley and Lindsey here, I think it's a really pertinent and relevant question. I think I want to have 2 hands on my paddle. Can I?
When?
Yeah, when you're dinking. Hey,
right.
sometimes sometimes I want to put 2 hands on my backhand, but usually I have 1. Is that okay? And I always say, hey, whatever feels comfortable.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I mean, and when Riley and Lindsey came into the game, in a lot of ways, they changed the game. They changed some precedents. Their two-handedness, the steadiness and the stability that comes with it,
2-6-1.
was an influential new perspective in the game. And here they are, here at the MLP.
It's just whatever feels comfortable. And even you'll see Catherine, who's about 90% one-handed on her backhand. Every now and then she adds that left hand, a little more stability.
Right. And
there's no right or wrong answers. It's just what feels comfortable.
I'm not a two-hander, but, I learn. I'm a student of the game, always will be. One of the big takeaways I learned about the two-hander is it's important to know when to disconnect. That's one of the most important parts of the two-hander. And I don't have that tennis background like most, but I like that. I like that advice.
Second serve.
Lindsey Newman taking the point, looking to build off of it.
6-2-2.
6-2-2.
Lindsey showing Ernie, restricting Loon's options. Newman applies the pressure. Ball's going to be out. And it's time to go. It looks like they're getting back on track here. And dare I say it, a little bit of a momentum shift. Just a smidge of a momentum shift. And here we go. The drop is super good. The follow-up is super good. And Catherine has nothing to work with.
Well, and look how still Lindsey is when she hits that reset. We did a clinic together 2 months ago in San Diego at the famous Bobby Riggs with Steve and Jen Dawson. And she talked to about 1,000 students about how, hey, when the ball's coming at you, set yourself. Don't be moving. And she's the best at that in the game.
Yes, so stable. Nice. A little encouragement between the Newman duo. You don't see too much communication between them at all.
Well, when you read each other's minds, that's the point of
right.
Wasting words.
Here at the MLP, clearly this one means a lot.
Recall the score. 4-6-2.
2-point game here, guys. 4-6-2.
Little confusion over the score. These are professional players, not professional scorekeepers. Let's keep that in mind, viewers, please.
Yes, and Newman keeps us on track as it is 4-6-1. Loong staying aggressive. Covers his sideline. However, Lindsey setting up Riley and a verbal compliment between the Newmans. What a day in pickleball. Groundbreaking. Third shot drive, so good, and that's out. Let it begin.
And kudos to Catherine for even getting a paddle on that ball.
6-6-1.
Tie game on the first serve. Lindsey with the drop. Oh.
Second serve. 6-6-2.
6-6-2.
And a great put away from Tyler Loong to get the ball back in their hands. Much needed.
6-6-1.
Unbelievable. 6-6-1 in the third game. They will definitely play 4. And it is tied up right now, 1 game apiece between the ATX Pickleballers and the Pickle Ranchers.
Winning a point here is starting to feel a little bit like squeezing water from a stone. I mean, no one is giving an inch.
Oh, almost like she had more time than she thought. That little change up from Riley.
6-6-2.
Second serve, tie game. Loong goes for it, and it's wide.
Out. Barely out.
6-6-1.
Oh, Loong's there.
Okay, I think Loong had a little ESP with Lindsey Newman there and read that ball so early.
That's the thing. His mobility combined with his deceitful reach allows him to bait people into windows that, you know, they might perceive are definite winners, but no, Loong has it tracked down. Quick rebuttal from the Newmans.
Go. Yes. 7-6-2.
7-6-2. Oh, she knew he was there, still went for it. They're calling it out. Loong is pleading to the referees. We shall say. Oh, some words exchanged.
That's 8. Timeout. Score is 8-6-2.
Some words exchanged as they switch sides, as one of our teams has finally hit 8 in this marathon of a game. We're going to take a short break, guys. Thank you for tuning in across the world here at the Major League Pickleball, Day 2. We'll be right back.
See the curl?
Well, okay.
Imagine a world where being carbon neutral is as simple as swiping the right credit card. Introducing Carbon Zero, the only credit card that automatically calculates, offsets, and tracks your carbon footprint as you spend. With Carbon Zero, how you make purchases today is exactly how you protect tomorrow. Sign up for the Carbon Zero credit card and swipe your carbon footprint goodbye.
Back. What a tight game after the change of ends. 8-6-2. Lindsey and Riley leading.
Oh, and a miss hit from Loong as he looks to swing away at that ball.
I don't know if we'll see that from Tyler again, at least for another 5 years.
Yeah, you know, for the viewers at home, that's why we never want to swing at 113%. We don't want those things to go wrong. Keep it to 90%, as we, you know, here at the booth, Jill Braveman and Rob Cassie know. Just like that shot, precision over power.
.com.
/call now.
6-9-1.
Game to 15, win by 1. This is game 3 of a 4-game event. Thanks for joining us, guys. MLP Day 2. Forced to the patient game as both teams relentlessly give nothing. Oh, an Ernie look. Cross-court dink. Loong with the patience. Out of the air. Dishes it to Riley. Little high. Catherine looks to do something with it. Forehand from Loong as he is on the non-power side of the lefty, utilizing that forehand. Ernie, it's not there. She's there again. Fault from?
From who?
You put your foot under the net.
From who?
Byron will tell
Point.
Team Ranchers that Lindsey Newman crossed the plane of the net with her foot without touching the ball, which will result in a fault and a point for Team Loong. Parenteau. Huge swing, followed up. Reset, of course. The IQ on this court is top-notch. Cross-court between the males.
Again with Tyler on the ad side, no forehand in the middle. Interesting.
Big smack.
Guess he doesn't need it. Guess he does not need it, Rob. Wow.
Explosive backhand from Loong on the weak side for the lefty. Strong play.
Gosh, I don't know if any player on this court has a weak side.
Yeah.
They're stacking for his backhand.
The opposite stack
in the
here.
Middle.
Yep.
So why do you think that is? I like it too.
What it is it breaks it up, and it also places the women and the guys in different parts on the court.
Women in front of each other right now.
To disrupt certain cross-court patterns and make new ones. And here we are, both teams adjusting. Incredible resets. Here we go.
What hands by Catherine.
Little high, but the ball was shallow. Nothing Catherine can do with it. No ATP opportunity there. Attacks Lindsey. She resets twice. 3 times. Goes for the Burt. Lindsey follows it. Oh, and it's just shallow. Everything involved in a timeout force from Team Ranchers. Riley Newman off to the sideline to take a mental break. And we're going to take a break, guys.
Entertained?
Are you not entertained? Jill Braverman quoting the Gladiators. We're going to take a quick break, guys. Major League Pickleball, thanks for joining us. We'll be right back.
Sicily.
I love this game. The friends I've met along the way, the places it's taken me. This game is all about community. Duper is partnering up to grow this game, to bring accuracy, transparency, and adaptability to the sport. Duper's rating system starts off with accuracy, setting up for success right from the beginning. Make every point count.
And we are back, folks. 9-9-1.
Wow.
Here at the Major League Pickleball event, day 2. Ranchers versus ATX Ballers.
And there is standing room only. It is packed in here. People just trying to get a glimpse of this amazing pickleball.
And it comes down to patience and consistency here at the pro level. Best pickleball you can possibly witness on the planet, and it comes down to this. Oh, good scoop from Lindsey. Parenteau digs it out, then followed up out of the air. Oh, too good. Newman with the touch.
Yeah, and I don't think this is what they...
Big swing! Hands up! Heavy presence from Tyler Loong, ending the point and taking the lead.
So good, Rob. I was going to say, I don't think that's what they wanted because they were stacking to have Catherine in front of Lindsey, but boy, did it work out.
10-9-1, the first to meet double digits there as the ball crawls over the net. Takes an opportunity, sets her partner up. Lindsey has the first, but certainly not the second. On to 11.
And you can hear a huge roar by Leigh Waters.
11-9-1.
Oh, wow. Quite the streak after that timeout by the Ranchers. It's tough. Very tough.
12-9-1.
The drop is good. They now have Lindsey on the left-hand side. Newman working hard to reset that ball. So good. Again, forcing Riley to really only reset. That's an impressive feat in itself.
Yeah, Loong and Catherine really dictating the point.
Yes.
Moving the ball around nicely.
Oh, and another point on the board for Loong Parenteau. Unbelievable fire.
And you can see Catherine just flicked that at Lindsey's right shoulder. Just a perfect spot.
13-9-1. Thanks for joining us, folks. Jill Braverman, Rob Cassidy, MLP. That ball stays in. Second serve.
Second serve. 13-9-2.
Oh, that's going to do it.
Catherine went back to that cookie jar a couple too many times. Lindsey said no cookies for you.
No. It's one of her. She's good at denying, that's for sure. See what they can do with this serve possession. 9-13-1, game 3. The lead in games is up for grabs. Big swing, and it's way too big as that ball sails long. Riley Newman.
9-13-2.
Serving.
9-13-2.
Charges the net. Followed up with a couple resets from Lindsey. Over to the other side of the world. All 4 players established at the kitchen line. Tyler Loong really crushing it on that, opposite side of the lefty strength. Oh! Wow. Wow. No ATP, and it's good. Unable to call it out.
Talk about creating something
Looking
out of
for the call.
nothing.
Wow.
Are Lindsey and Riley calling that ball out, Rob?
Loong is baffled by the fact that ball's getting called out.
That ball is being called out, confirmed by Byron.
Unbelievable. That ball was so low that it bounced about 13 times on the court before just a sheer linear ball, half an inch off the ground. You thought Loong was good at Ernie's. He's just as good at ATP's. Ball back in their hand, looking to end this match, or game rather, excuse me.
13-10-1.
All of these games to 15 feel like a match within themselves.
I know, it's 13-10-1.
Action-packed here at the Major League Pickleball. Thanks for joining us, guys. Jill Braverman, Rob Cassidy. Here we go. Boom, and the big overhead. That's going to stay in. That's going to stay in.
It ain't over till it's over.
Loong
And you always have to expect your opponent to get the ball back, no matter how big your overhead is.
Especially with the Franklin ball.
Yeah, no kidding.
Am I right, or am I right?
That's correct.
Or am I right? Ernie, put away. Oh, she plays that out ball. Goes ATP. Oh! ATP.
And Tyler is calling
Looks like
that
ATP is
out.
screaming out. And there's not much they can do.
Tyler is calling that ATP out.
Yes.
Loong directly to the score, doing his best to move on. Look at that. Loong is eager to keep this match going. And there's no conclusive evidence to prove otherwise. The ATP is called out as we continue at 14. And that ball's certainly out. Side out. Critical.
11-14-1. This is a absolute nail biter.
And point on the board, and if you've ever seen the Newmans play pickleball, then you know they are just as much in this match as Loong and Parenteau themselves.
So Tyler just gave the sign to switch. Catherine said stay. Her return was a little short. Riley's serve was really good.
Crowd on the edge of their seats. Ernie, look, it's not there. It's good pressure. Again, that's just great discipline on footwork. Loong takes control of the point. Looking to reset. That ball's clean. And there's that reset again. Oh, and the huge smack from Loong to push him to second serve.
Wow, and he did a really good job of not overhitting his first
yes,
overhead.
You were exactly right. There was some good composure with those swings.
I was sending him a little mental message.
Well, that's coaching, Jill. You can't use your telepathy to your advantage.
You're right. I'm sorry. That was extremely unprofessional.
It's okay. Refs can't call that.
Not till 2022.
Exactly.
What a shot by Tyler Loong. Do you think they want to win this? The crowd is so fired up right now.
It's a good stop. They have 2 opportunities to put this game in the books.
Give their team a 1-point advantage.
14-11-1.
14-11-1. Here we go. Buckle up.
Opts for the drop. Pressure. Loong gets involved. Swings and puts it in the books. A hug shared between Parenteau and Loong as they secure the win for Team ATX Pickleballers. What a great match and a great fight from the Newmans. That match had everything, Jill. That was fantastic.
Rob, that had it all. We are very lucky to be watching this live here at Major League Pickleball in beautiful Dripping Springs. Don't go anywhere. The last game of this match is coming up, the second mixed match, and you know what that is? That's the smell of singles in the air.
Right around the corner, we got Pat Smith, Andrei, Daescu, Leigh, Waters, and Yana coming up. It's going to be a good one, guys. Stay tuned. Thanks for joining us. We'll be right back.
Imagine a world where being carbon neutral is as simple as swiping the right credit card. Introducing Carbon Zero, the only credit card that automatically calculates, offsets, and tracks your carbon footprint as you spend. With Carbon Zero, how you make purchases today is exactly how you protect tomorrow. Sign up for the Carbon Zero credit card and swipe your carbon footprint goodbye.
The Pro XR Pickleball Paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game, because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
Hey, let me have one of those. Wrench rider. That's pretty good.
And we're back. Jill Braverman here with the one and only Rob Cassidy. And Rob, I said it earlier, I can smell singles in the air. The match is 2-1. ATX Pickleballers taking the lead against the Pickle Ranchers. We just saw a really, really exciting mixed match, and now we're on to our second and final mixed match of the night. Who do you like here, Rob?
Oof. Oh, no. If there's one thing I've learned about pickleball, I am not picking sides, especially on this one. This is going to be a great match. Yana and Pat versus Leigh, Waters, and Andrei Daescu. This is going to be an awesome match. Looking for a exciting, dynamic, some exchanges here, and we're in for a good one here. Game 4 coming up. We have the Winter Soldier, Pat Smith, one sleeve rolled up, giving Yana out of Russia a nice little high five as they get warmed up and fired up. They are going to receive serve from Leigh Waters and Andrei Daescu, both living in Delray, so they get to compete and practice together there and harness their team chemistry. Hopefully they will be able to utilize that here to push this to that lingering singles sudden death match. Here we go, folks. Time is in. 0-0 start.
Buckle up.
Yeah, I said it. Point.
Foot fault.
Did they call a foot fault?
Foot fault on Pat Smith.
And first blood is struck with a foot fault on Pat Smith. 1-0-2 Leigh
Not
Waters.
the way that you want to start.
And it's, you know, it's unfortunate, but it does fall under the category of Pat Smith going too big again. He'll need to really rein it in and take care of business here. Daescu putting everything into that one and coming out on top.
0-1-2.
Oh, and the third shot drive. No one is home.
Pat's practicing for singles.
Good, as he should. Well, he can keep this practice up. He won't have to play. We'll see. Another huge third shot drive telegraphed, but he could care less as the oppressive firepower again rewarded for another point.
Like I said, I'd be terrified to see what he'd do with two sleeves rolled up.
Yeah, not somebody you want to see walking around your house at night. Just terrifying. presence.
Unless his shirt's off.
Oh.
A little miscommunication there from Pat and Yana.
Yeah, Pat Smith could definitely be September, October, and November if a calendar ever came out. That's for certain.
0-2-1.
We're actually selling those on robandjill.com.
I'm sorry, I'll recall the score.
Yes, that is
1-2-1.
correct. Another third shot drive in this game to 15. Huge Ernie. He's checking for legality.
Yep. Vicky is looking at the line.
Not something you can necessarily
looking at
argue.
the kitchen line.
If
they're
Byron were to see it,
asking
he
for
would
the
have called
video
it.
challenge. They're asking for the video challenge. There is no video challenge on this court.
Yep.
But Vicky's head was down. She was looking at the kitchen line.
We are utilizing the dual referee system, and Byron Fresso also had a great vision on those feet. Pat Smith, nice and clean on that one, earning the point. Oh, little too big. Yet again, it's a play that he's going to need to cut from the playbook, reel it in. Love his intensity, though. You can't have a flat player out there, and he's certainly anything but flat. Pat Smith wielding the Electrum paddle. And Yana handcuffing herself with that third shot drive. You wonder why we, for the most part, outside of these previous points, opt for that third shot drop. It's because when you do that third shot drive, the ball comes back just as fast, and there's no ground to be gained. So it's always good to have options, and all four players are flexing theirs here on center court.
A little late there from Yana, unfortunately.
Tough.
2-2-2.
Tough when Andrei has his 9'6" reach. Sorry, 11'6".
Point.
Seems to be a little commotion between the referees and the Pickle Ranchers sideline.
3-2-2.
3-2-2.
Oh, yeah. Difficult third for Leigh, no matter what she was looking for there. Nice return. Side out.
2-3-1.
2-3-1. Game 4. Smith leaves it for his partner. Big forehand counterpunch into an even better forehand overhead.
And if you're just joining us, Leigh and Andrei must win this game to force the singles tiebreaker. It's tied at 3-3. What a great low drive by Yana Grechkina. But again, Andrei's reach is just too much. I think they've got to be really careful if they're going to keep Yana going cross court from Andrei, because that's about the third time he's just reached in and snagged a free point.
Nice, and it takes observations like that if you want to make the adjustments needed to dominate your opponents. It's good insights from our Jill Braverman. Jill, it's a pleasure here to be able to provide this feed, this broadcast to the masses here at the Major League Pickleball event. And thank you. Oh, off the body of Andrei. But, thank you to everybody behind the scenes here at the Major League Pickleball event to their hard work to bring this event to you guys live. So we appreciate you guys tuning in. 5-3-2. Big forehand drive. Very telegraphed, but he could care less. Oh, Andrei. Smelled a little blood on that one. That you might expect more of that if it was that successful there.
No, Yana does not love the off speed. You know, as a kind of a newcomer to pickleball, it takes so long to get used to that.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, off speed. You swing a little too early.
Yeah. And pickleball gets the kind of reputation that it's a slow, dinking game, but it's a very fast-paced game, and you'll even hear tennis players say that, and it's true because, you know, the ball's traveling a shorter distance. It's upon you much sooner. It is a fast game.
I can't tell you how many people have come up to me this tournament and said, this is my first live pickleball match I've ever seen, and boy, does that ball move fast.
Oh, yeah. Way to break them in. Major League Pickleball, showing them how it's done right.
What a great shot by Yana Grechkina. 23-year-old from Kansas City, proving that she is not intimidated out here.
A very readable ball. That ball is way out. One of the great ways to defeat the bangers or those that like to drive is letting those out balls go out. An extremely important skill to harness in the game of pickleball. Oof. And that's an old school mistake. His eyes got a little big there, and you know, moving to the net while taking the shot, not an easy task, unless of course you're Riley Newman, in which case, do whatever you want.
Nothing is difficult.
Yeah, phenom. Huge. Huge play, and there's nothing like an early foot fault to keep Pat Smith in check. He's very much so perfectly outside of the kitchen on those volleys. Great adjustments here. Ooh, Grechkina getting Tennessee. Oh.
I was wondering if you'd like to make a music video with me instead of getting jiggy with it. Get in Tennessee with it. No. Yeah. I just think there's something there.
Yeah. I mean, I'll reach out to Will and see how he feels about, you know, working something together, a little collab.
Yeah, a little collab.
With the MIB.
Yep.
Nice play. Nice play. A little synchronized fist bump. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. 6-4-1, a 2-point game. Feels like Yana and Pat are looking to break it open here. Firefight. Leigh Whitwell coming out on top. A little mother's roar there from the women's doubles national champ herself. Great ready stance, looking for battle. It's not over yet, folks. Not by a long shot.
4-6-1, and for those of us just tuning in, the Pickle Ranchers, Leigh and Andrei, they need to win this game to force the singles tiebreaker.
And that's it right there. This is a game that's emphasized on the rally, but that deep return from the ATP pickle or the ATX Pickleballers, forcing a very tough third for Leigh. However, following it up with that missed serve is, at this level, quote-unquote, unacceptable.
Couple missed thirds, couple loose thirds here.
A lot, yeah. Are our teams getting tight or what? This is, as we know, it's a game of unforced errors, but
it's getting a little bit colder.
Yeah.
I think that ball's getting a little bit heavier. Again, another net shot.
It's A massacre of errors strung together here. And that serve is out. The streak continues. The least impressive streak of points here thus far. Daescu breaks that curse with a nice third shot as they approach the net.
Yeah, Andrei probably playing the cleanest of anyone right now.
Oh, and that's way too high into the hands of Leigh Waters. Point over. Oh, she is so locked in. Leigh Waters is locked in right now.
6-6-2. 6-6-2.
My goodness.
I love it when Leigh gets aggressive at the net.
That's the at least the third missed third shot that Leigh's had in this short game to 15. A wallop from Yana. Readdressed with some control. Trickler, she's there, gets back.
Incredible get by Yana.
Oh, great ball from Pat. Sets him up. Opens the court up and they take it. So good. Every point counts. Warranted excitement. Daescu grabs Leigh Waters' attention and says, hey, let's go. I love that. Just keeping that focus going. You must be unfazed.
Wow, and I think what Yana's doing such a great job of is those third shots aren't, she's not necessarily hitting drops, she's driving the ball really low. And again, precision over power, just keeping it really low.
100%. And that is 8 as we get the side switch here in this extremely important game 4. It looks like we're going to take a quick break, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We will be right back with more Major League Pickleball action. Thanks for tuning in.
Hi, Pickle Bar here. I'm very excited to co-host the Mesa Open APP. Come join us for an awesome tournament and an amazing venue. See you there.
Hey everyone, it's Vivian David. I'm just here to say how excited I am for the APP Mesa Open that will be happening in January of 2022.
Pickle friends and family, welcome back. It is 8-6-1. For those of us just tuning in, it is imperative that Leigh and Andrei from the Pickle Ranchers win this game and make a comeback to force the singles match. There's that low drive from Yana that we've been talking about. That's been so effective with Pat coming in to bake the shake.
Off the 8, onto the 9. Pat Smith is all cylinders firing here right now. Yana, as far as morale goes, looks like she's keeping him in check, keeping him on track. An unforced error from her there, however, putting the ball in the hands of Leigh. Another missed third from Leigh. Those returns are getting her, and they keep going to the well, preventing Leigh and Daescu from scoring points.
We talk about deep returns. Can't hit a serve or
so
return
important.
deep enough, but man, those short ones, really short ones are working.
2-point game as it is 7-9-2 in game 4. If the Ranchers pull this off, we will go to that sudden death game to 15.
Rob, there's a really distinct smell in the air. Singles has a sweet tangible, and I can feel it.
And I showered today, so I know it's not me. Oh, the explosive, from Pat Smith, as we've grown to learn and love. Pat Smith taking over.
9-7-1. 9-7-1.
Point.
Second serve.
10-7-1.
Excuse me, 10-7-1. Yana gets low and drives the third. Andrei
Second serve.
putting that reach to work. Overhead ends the point.
Yes. 10-7-2.
First to reach double digits. And a great third. 4 points to secure the match.
11-7-2.
Nice drop from Yana. Oh, and a big smack from Pat Smith, putting it down, 3 points away.
Do you think they're pumped up?
Oh,
I
couldn't
think
be
they're
more
pumped up.
And a timeout called by the Ranchers. Going to work in their favor. We're going to stay here, guys.
That is a good timeout.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
mean, we'll see, right? I mean, it's only time will
right,
tell
so-
if it's a good timeout, am I right, Jen?
So, Rob, you are
Yeah.
Leigh and Andrei, who've been so solid this whole tournament and are veterans. What are they thinking right now? What would you be telling yourself?
You know, they look locked in. Andrei, like you mentioned earlier, the most solid player out there, but having a hard time getting a touch on the ball. I think Andrei and the team, and it looks like they might be doing it, we really need to empower Leigh here. Maybe tell her, you know, how can we make that third easier so they can move past that? It's crazy how her inability to get her third in has prevented them from scoring critical points. Maybe take one step back and, you know, take more time getting to the net and a little more effort on that shot itself. So we'll see, you know. Fortunately, she's already at the net right now. They need to get that ball back in their hands. Stay ready for the drive. That's what I would be communicating right now. Stay ready for the drive.
Yeah.
That third shot is working, and, you know, Pat and Yana are both capable of pulling it off.
Yeah, I'd almost say maybe return to Pat, because, gosh, Yana has been doing such a good job of keeping that ball so dangerously low.
12-7-2.
There's that drive from Yana, and the ball is out.
Like you said, Leigh was ready for it.
Yeah, that's a good adjustment for sure. And that is a good timeout as they earn that side out. I always like to wait till they get the point after to call it a good timeout. Oh, here they are. All four players at the... Oh, Pat Smith is on point. A running start into an aerial high five from Yana. Grechkina into Pat Smith.
7-12-2.
Originally from Germany. We got an international match occurring right now. Russia and Germany represented, and Romania as well. That's where Andrei is. We have 4 different nations represented on this pickleball court right now, Major League Pickleball style.
Andrei also speaks German, fun fact, and Yana speaks Spanish and Russian.
Oh, no shiza.
And not to diminish Leigh, who might speak a multitude of languages, of which I just do not know.
Yeah, Leigh secretly speaks hundreds of languages.
Ernie.
Countered!
What a
and he can't believe it!
Fantastic counter.
Daescu in disbelief.
Throws his paddle down and says, Yana, get off this court.
Quote unquote, unearnable. That was a great counter. Fantastic play.
What a play.
You can't write it. You can't write it, Jill. This is it. Best pickleball in the world. Best pickleball to date happening before us. It's a great time to be alive. Great time for pickleball.
12-9-2.
12-9-2. Thanks for joining us, guys, here at the Major League Pickleball event. Day 2, Game 4. If Pat Smith and Yana pull this off, the match is over as they will win 3-1. Woo. Just misses his feet. The ball stays in. Leigh can't believe it. According to their facial expressions, it's like they feel like they're getting unlucky, but it has been and always will be a game of inches, and Pat and Yana are coming out on top. Ooh, the drive handled. Ooh.
Wow.
In. So intense. Killing me. Jill, we're playing mixed doubles next year, right?
Yes.
I just want to play. This inspires me to play. I want to get out there right now, Jill. if you guys don't know at home, both Jill Braverman and myself are alternates for this match. So if anybody were to go through the unfortunate event of getting injured or unable to play, me and Jill would step in. And it is just a salivating process to not be able to play and want to play so bad. Anyway, back to the match. Great third, cut off. Pat is out and wide. Oh, my goodness.
I think the average length of point here is what? 5 shots?
0.9 seconds. 10-13-2.
Wow.
Within reach for both teams. Yana, Daescu with the great reset, ready for the next one. Oh, that's monstrous and too big.
I just think Andrei and Leigh need to slow it way down.
When you want it so bad, sometimes you start to do a little too much. That might have been an example of that right there.
Maybe make Pat and Yana play their game
just
a little bit more.
Oh.
Wow.
Ooh, I'm able to call it out. Keeps the point going, wins it the right way. Forced to the patience and a mistake by Pat.
Oh, wow. What a point. There was definitely the first overhead of Andrei's that, gosh, looked like could have been in, could have been out. And
you can hear Chris Miller miles away yelling Muppet. That's an insider for Pat. And he does Miller proud right afterwards with a good put away. Match point.
I love the shake and bake from Pat and Yana. She is just driving that ball so low.
Here we go.
14-10 game point to give their team the win.
Oof. Great movement. Oh, and he pulls it off with a great bounce into the hug.
And the crowd goes wild.
They secure the match.
Match.
The respect is shown. And the ATX Pickleballers put that match in the books.
Get their first win of the tournament, and boy, did they want that, did they need that, and did they deserve that, Rob?
Absolutely. Great fashion as
so
the team
good.
Comes into their own. And, you know, Yana and Pat, that's the best I've seen him play in a long time, in my opinion. And I always see Yana play well. Great combination between the two. Expect more great things from them throughout the week. Great performance by the Ranchers as well. A tough loss for, you know, the Newmans as well as Leigh and Daescu as well.